Hmm. So what do I know about Riley? And what don't I know about Riley? Just as important. Because I know Riley is of the Tigerlily, which means tiger, he's strong. Riley's got strength. He's got, the tiger spirit. Do I have to break it down? No. The tiger spirit. That's Riley. He's got the tiger spirit. And he's of the lily, because he's a tiger lily boy. The lily. So Riley is a pretty boy. He's a pretty boy. Beautiful. Beautiful Riley. So he looks good. And he sounds good. Tiger. He's strong. He's sleek. Sleek and beautiful. That's a dangerous combination, sleek and beautiful. In a cyclone. If you're talking about a cyclone. But maybe I'm not talking about a cyclone. Maybe I'm talking about a boy. A boy named Riley. Who didn't even know he was real until he saw his own face on the back of a coin. Not just any coin, but a penny. So imagine being that boy, wandering around, thinking you're a ghost. For how long? For how many years? Maybe for 13 years. 13. Nathan was 13. So imagine wandering around for 13 years, thinking you might be a ghost, and then one night with a full moon, you come across a pond and there's a beautiful, beautiful boy next to the pond. You don't know his name. And you notice the boy is sort of looking at himself in the pond, like a mirror. And you notice he's sitting in the daffodils. He's sitting among the daffodils. Well, that would be weird, wouldn't it? Like if that happened. I'm not saying it happened, but it would be weird if it did happen. And then you're looking at the pond and you're looking at this beautiful boy next to the pond. You don't know his name. But you do realise the cricket, which you can hear, because crickets, they're loud at night, right? And I think there were crickets when I made my video under the full moon. It was the Christmas full moon. It was the 23rd of December. And the moon was full. And I was talking about Riley. I was telling the story of Riley and the pond. And I'm pretty sure there were crickets. They were really loud. Crickets and birds. There were horses. And there were gunshots. There was someone yelled out. It sounded like a cowboy. Coo-ee. Yeehaw kind of thing that a cowboy would say. Yell. All of those things happened. They really did. And it's like, why did they happen? Who is Riley? Riley, is he a boy or is he a girl? Well, I know he's a boy because Penny is a girl. Penny is a coin in a pond, but Penny is also a cyclone going to form on January 1, which is tomorrow. The 1st of January, 1 relates to the circle. The circle is the pond. The pond is a circle. Inside the circle there's another circle, and that is the penny. Just like a cyclone, it's a circle. It has an eye that's a circle. The eye of a really strong cyclone is really round, just like a penny, like the moon. If you see a cyclone with an eye that looks like a full moon, look out, it's a really strong cyclone. It means it's really strong, because maybe full moon is a bad example, because a cyclone is actually like, the eye of a cyclone has no cloud. There's no cloud in the eye of a cyclone. It's cloud free. So a better analogy might be imagine a really star-studded sky, like full of stars. Imagine a sky that's full, completely full of stars, and there's a new moon. The new moon is the eye of the cyclone. So this could connect to the new moon. It could, for all I know. We had the full moon, and now at some point we're going to have a new moon. I haven't even bothered to look when the date is, because I've been lazy. Riley, not what you'd call lazy. He's got the tiger spirit, so he's got that, the tiger. He wants to do stuff. He's a doer. And he's beautiful, he's sleek. You'd expect him to be pretty fast. And Lily, he's a boy of the lily and the pond. So, we're finding out a few things now about Riley, he's a Weston boy. Westwood, Steve Westwood. Western boy. Weston, like Weston Park. It's a park in Canberra. There's a pond near the cottage. Cottage garden, pond, and a tigerlily growing in the pond. Imagine if I'd gone there under the full moon. Ooh, that would have been weird. I don't think I would do that. But then again, who knows, I might. If I was brave. Roland. Roland is the name of the gunslinger in The Gunslinger. It's also the name of the story. The Gunslinger is book 1 of The Dark Tower by Stephen King. And I used to talk about something called the Dark Tower Storm. Jake and Nathan are cryptic. They're always cryptic. I know Riley's strong and unusual. He has the potential to be strong, but tigers are not necessarily like mighty. They can be sleek and sneaky. Riley's a sneaky, slinky, slinky, smooth boy. Because he's also the lily, so he's beautiful. That's Riley. The penny, though. What is it about the penny? What did Owen say to Riley? He said, how do you know it's a lucky penny? How do you know it's not an unlucky penny? And therein is the answer. I'm starting to think the answer was right there. It was right there in the question. How do you know it's a lucky penny, Riley? How do you know it's not an unlucky penny? When does a penny do a U-turn? It never does. A penny always rolls in a straight line. But penny's doing a U-turn. And that means it's a coin that's been flipped. You know when you put it on your thumb and you flip it in the air? It's like, so Riley's a gambler. He's done something. He's asked a question to Owen. This part of the story I haven't worked out yet. It hasn't come to me yet, but it will. Riley asks Owen a question. Heads or tails? Heads I win, tails you lose. And what was the question? That's what we need to know. What was the question? Because Penny's doing a U-turn, just like Owen. A reflection in the pond. You'd expect the pond and the penny to behave the same. The mirror of Owen is the pond. The penny is in the pond. Who picks up the penny? Riley picks up the penny. His face is on the back of the pond. What does that mean? Not on the back of the pond, back of the penny. The penny is like the eye of the storm. It's the power. It's where the power is. This is weird, hey? Like I really have tapped into something here. Okay, so the penny. Heads I win, tails you lose. So is Penny going to do a double U-turn? Maybe that was the question. A double U-turn. Does that mean he gets to flip the coin twice? Because for a penny to do a U-turn, you need to flip it. It's when it gets to the top. It flips over and over and over again, right? Whoa, 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 whoa. Gets to the top and it comes down. Whoa. It's where it turns. That's the U-turn of the penny. Because if you roll a penny, it goes in a straight line or it curves. But Penny's not doing that. She's doing a U-turn. She's going into the Gulf of Carpentaria and then she's turning right back again. Therein lies the clue. Therein lies the key. The fact that Penny is doing a U-turn just like Owen, just like Cyclone Tracy, therein lies the warning. It's a warning. It's a warning sign. It's something saying, be careful. Be wary. Penny's going to do another U-turn. Why? Because, look, she's doing another U-turn and she's coming back. That's because Riley flipped the coin twice. Why did he flip the coin twice? It's not a question of did he flip the coin twice. It's why did he flip the coin twice. But did he lose? Did he lose the coin toss and decide to do it again? Or did Owen get it wrong and he decided to give him another chance? Because Riley has a big heart. He's like a boy who gives a chance. Just because Riley was right and Owen was wrong doesn't mean that Owen doesn't deserve another chance. Maybe that's what he thought, because maybe he realized Owen is jealous. That's why he said, how do you know it's a lucky penny, Riley? How do you know it's not an unlucky penny? And Riley doesn't know, but he decided to keep the penny anyway because there is nothing to fear but fear itself. That's what That's the truth. There is nothing to fear but fear itself. You know, when really bad stuff happens, there's no pain. There's only fear. I know that from Nathan. Nathan has told me this. Fear is the worst thing. Fear is far worse than anything else. There is nothing to fear but fear itself. Once you overcome fear, that's it. You've won. You've won your battle. Because whatever you're afraid of, there is nothing to fear but fear itself. How do you know it's a lucky penny, Riley? How do you know it's not an unlucky penny? It's prophecy. Prophecy is about the penny. Riley is an unusual boy. He's unusual. But he's not the one you have to worry about. The one you have to worry about is the penny. The penny from the pond. Because the penny, let's face it, Riley and Owen look very similar. They're very similar boys to look at least. They're about the same build. They're about the same height. They're both very beautiful. The difference with Riley is he didn't know what he looked like until he saw his reflection there in the pond. And the crickets were chirping. They were making their noise. Making their noises, as they do. As crickets do. As cicadas do. See, there were cicadas in when I was making one of my videos. There was the cicadas. That was it. That was in Canberra. That was at Alfred Deakin. I was talking about Alfred Deakin. The cicadas were so loud. At night time, and it was 36 degrees. Remember? And when I started my video, the time was 2:33. The value of Jacob Owen Wetterling. I didn't even plan that. But that was the time. 23 is Nathan's age now. If he were still alive, he would be 23. And cane equals 23. C-A-N-E. It's like sugar cane. Queensland, they grow sugar cane. And cane is also an abbreviation for hurricane. Although hurricane is actually hurricane. You don't emphasize the cane, it's hurricane. Because it comes from a Mexican word, or some kind of Mexican word. Hurricane. Hurricane. And cane equals 23, but there's something else that equals 23, and that is I am. Danielle matters. Danielle! See, the female version of Daniel, and Daniel's the evil twin in Red Rain by R.L. Stein. Red Rain equals 69. Cricket equals 69. And Ghost equals 69. Pirate equals 69. That's something else we know about Riley. He's a pirate. He's a bad boy. He's a pirate. I said he's a vandal. Hey, what's the value of vandal? I haven't even bothered to do that. Like, what does vandal equal if you add up all the letters in vandal? I actually don't know, but I'm adding it up now and I'm going to check. Because it just came to me that I should. Check. Vandal. There you go. Vandal equals 54. Vandal. Love equals 54. Love. And that brings us back to what I was saying. So, face love. Face love would be 69. Face love. And love is what Riley had for Owen. And empathy and compassion. Owen was jealous because Riley found the coin. Riley found the penny. You can sort of understand. Darwin equals 69. So at first I thought, okay, so maybe Riley's going to be like Cyclone Tracy and he's going to hit Darwin. Because Darwin equals 69. Riley equals 69. Then I found something out. And that is that Cyclone Penny, there was a Cyclone Penny back in 1974. Before Cyclone Tracy. So that's how long the name Penny has been going around for. It's been going around right back since 1974, and I don't know how long before then. But there was a Cyclone Penny in 1974, and Cyclone Penny in 1974 lasted from November 6 and 669. The Mirror Boy, Reflect, equals 69. The boy born on the 6th of the 9th. But now I've got another boy as well, whose name I think may actually be Nathan. The same name as Nathan Breeze. And this boy is a waiter. He's a waiter. And he's beautiful. And he's a Latino. He's South American. And he's Nathan's mirror boy. So this is where it all gets very weird. And when I say very weird, I mean very weird. See, waiter. Waiter, by the way, equals 76. And 76 is the value of Bad Riley. Bad Riley equals 76. Waiter. He's a waiter. So he serves. He serves meals, drinks, coffees, tea. He serves. He serves people. People equals 69. Message equals 69. Keep in mind, Riley is a 69 boy. El Nino. There's now the chance, there's been for a while actually, the chance of El Nino equals 69. It hasn't happened yet. The atmosphere has not coupled with the oceans. The oceans are warm enough, but the atmosphere hasn't done its thing. The oceans have done their part, but the atmosphere has not done its part. So there's no El Nino thus far, but it could happen. You know, if El Nino forms in January, it'd be a first. There's never been an El Nino develop in January. And it probably won't, because it doesn't... The climatology does not really encourage an El Nino to form in January. It tends to want to form during the late autumn, I think. So, Penny. Penny was the name of a horse that we used to own. The first horse I ever knew was Penny. And my favourite photo of Jake, he's sitting on a horse. It's just a few months before his life came to an end. His life here on Earth came to an end in October 1989. And just a few months before that, there was a photo taken of Jake sitting on a horse. And he's holding the leather reins and he's sitting on the leather saddle. Leather equals 69. It's another 69 word. Leather. So Jake holding the leather reins, looking very much at ease, looking like he belonged on the horse. Another clue, because Weston, it's another thing that fits. May not be a clue, but it fits. It fits with the cowboy theme. A lot of things fit. And Riley is a Western boy with a slight difference. A slight difference to Riley, because he's a Western boy, but Weston is spelled Weston. And when you spell Western that way, like Western Park, where you will find the cottage garden and the pond and the Tigerlily, perhaps. I haven't yet checked to see if it really is a Tigerlily. But let's say it is. Bulb equals 37. That's the temperature in Tamworth today. 37. Bulb, 37. Let's say it is a Tigerlily. That would be really weird. Because if Riley comes from the lily and he's got the tiger spirit, then he truly is the Tigerlily boy. And Swan Hill's 37. Mildura is 37. Bulb. The value of bulb is 37. And like I was saying, Kane equals 23. Bernie is 23 degrees. I am 23. That's the value of the word I, the words I am. I am. It's like I am. It's like something that sometimes refers to what's I am, it's like saying I exist. And it sometimes refers to God, not the Christian God, not that controlling, creature. But I am, I exist, therefore I am. It's, it's interesting. It's New Year's Eve, and I am. I exist. I'm here. And the temperatures are kind of interesting how they reflect things sometimes. And I mean, I know a psychiatrist would say, oh yeah, delusions based on numbers is a symptom of schizophrenia. Well, I would say, well, I call BS on that, because I think synchronicity is real. I think it happens all the time. And it's like the universe is constantly reflecting back to us. It's reflecting what we are. We're seeing reflections of ourselves in the world around us, the universe around us. It is a little piece of the universe, The world is a little piece of the universe. The universe is magical. The universe is mental and it's magical. And if you think we live in a logical world, I can prove you wrong. And I can prove you wrong very easily. Donald Trump is president of the USA, and it's 2018. There. We do not live in a logical world. We live in a completely illogical world. And I am equals 23, Nathan's age. Nathan would be 23, were he still alive, but he's not, because he died. But he didn't die, because I am. Bushy Park, 23, see? Fingal, 23. I am. It's 16 past 1, Australian Eastern Daylight Time. 13:16, 16, the age of the mirror boy. The mirror boy. He's a mirror boy because he reflects. He reflects maybe more, in a more powerful way than most. Maybe that's why he's the mirror boy. Jacob equals 31. Townsville is 31. Brisbane, 31. Hot equals 43. Alice Springs. That's the value of the word hot. H-O-T is 43. Gay is 33. G-A-Y. Darwin is 33. As in 33 degrees. The same as broom. 33. But Darwin as a word equals 69. And that is 23 times 3. Jacob Owen Wetling equals 233. And 23 times 3 is 69. The value of Darwin. Also the value of Riley. Ghost. Pirate. El Nino. The child. The child is the meaning of El Nino. Brisbane, 31. Kingaroy, 31. Rockhampton, 31. Townsville, 31. Cooktown's 27, and that's the value of Jake. Longreach, 39, that's the value of Angel. Yeah, so Wetterling and Breeze. Two boys who reflect. They reflect a lot of things they reflect are weather things, because Burke 43, the value of hot. Moree 37, the value of bulb. Tamworth 37, the value of bulb. Like I was saying before. Broken Hill 37, the value of bulb. Dalbo 40, the value of pain. 31, Orange is 31, the value of Jacob. Katoomba 30, the value of eagle. Canberra 30, eagle. Wollongong 27, Jake equals 27. Jake's the eagle boy. Nathan's the eagle boy. Jake's the storm boy. Nathan's the storm boy. They're mirror boys. They mirror each other. American bald eagle, Australian wedge-tailed eagle. Nathan's the wedgie, and Jake is the fish catcher. Jake loved fishing. He actually did. And he went fishing a few hours before he died. And a few months before he died, he was riding horses. Weston. Western boy. A Western boy with a twist. A Western boy with a bit of a riddle attached. That would be Jake. That would be Nathan. That would be their mirror boy. Whichever mirror boy you're talking about a boy who is a Western boy. But it's Western spelled O-N at the end. And what's interesting is I've been talking about all these things that have a value of 69. All these words that equal 69. including the name Riley, R-I-L-E-Y, well, Weston equals 96. Jake Chambers equals 96. And Jake Chambers is the boy in the Dark Tower by Stephen King. Chambers equals 69. And Penny Chambers died in the same bushfire as Nathan Breeze on Black Saturday.
In this extreme weather outlook, I'll focus on the ongoing heat wave through central and southern Australia, plus a developing tropical cyclone across northern Queensland. But let's start with the heat wave. It has already broken records over the past week for individual days, many towns having their hottest December day on record. And because it will continue for at least another week, we're going to break some records for longevity. Now, Broken Hill pictured here, you've had 5 days in a row above 40 degrees. Alice Springs, you've already had 6 days in a row above 40, and you forecast to have at least another 7. That makes 13. That is the current record for any month for consecutive days over 40 for Alice Springs. I think we'll break that. We'll probably end up with more than 13 days there. Here's a list of locations that have seen December records over the past week. Port Augusta, 47.7. This was late last week. Whyalla hit 46.8. Alice Springs, 45.6. That was an all-time record, actually, not just for December. So this is a significant burst of heat we're seeing, and it does continue, a summer heat wave lasting at least 2 weeks. It's already lasted a week. We're up to day 8 on Monday. Should last at least another 7 days. It's affecting central and southeast Australia, and it's rated as severe intensity for many areas which are experiencing this heat wave. Why is it so hot and why is it lasting so long? It's this high pressure system. It's been sitting there in the eastern Tasman Sea for a week now, and it's forecast to remain there. Look, it's not moving over the next week. Now, winds move anti-clockwise around highs, so we're just stuck with this hot northerly airstream. That high is also deflecting cold fronts away from southern Australia. Perhaps it will start to move away to the east in about a week's time. We'll have to wait and see. Let's have a look at the forecast temperatures. That red shading shows temperatures over 40 on Monday afternoon, so more of the same what we have been seeing. It's slightly cooler than late last week for southern New South Wales, but still temperatures are above average. Now, going through to Tuesday afternoon, it's over 40 western New South Wales, far western Queensland, and then right through outback Australia. And we're hitting at least the high 30s through the far northern part of Victoria. We have seen some relief along that southern coastline, Melbourne and Adelaide included, over the past few days. But the hot air through the interior, you can see on Wednesday it's starting to drift back further south, and by Thursday, very hot temperatures right down to the South Australian coastline. On Friday, that heat spreads right down to eastern Victoria, and still for western New South Wales, we're easily climbing above 40, and the very darkest red shows temperatures over 45 degrees. Basically, for New South Wales and the outback, more of the same. Just a run of hot temperatures continuing. Now let's go to northern Queensland. Palm Cove pictured here, heavy shower there sitting off the coast. This area has seen over 600 millimetres of rain over the past week. That's around Cooktown and Cairns. There's more heavy rain on the way. The monsoon is here for the first time this season, and there is a high risk of a tropical cyclone forming up and affecting northern Queensland over the next few days. We have a tropical low sitting just off the west coast of Cape York. Should make a U-turn over the next 24 hours, head back towards Cape York. So through Tuesday and Wednesday, heavy rain continuing through Cape York, but also along the north tropical Queensland coast. The heaviest rain is indicated there by the black shading north of Cairns, so that area should see hundreds of millimetres until the system perhaps moves away from the coast around the middle of the week, and then we'll see a temporary easing of that rainfall. But many of our computer models cause this system to make another U-turn, a right-hand turn, and head back towards the Queensland coast over the weekend. It's probably too early, though, to start discussing exactly what part of the coast it could impact over the weekend, but somewhere we'll be picking up some further heavy rain, and if it's a cyclone, destructive winds. This is how much rain over the next 8 days. The bright red shows over 300 millimetres, and the black shading over 400 millimetres of rain. So a flood watch is in place anywhere north of Cardwell for the North Queensland coast, but heavy rain potentially over the weekend spreading down to the central part of the coast.
Oh yeah, and do you remember Debbie? Cyclone Debbie? Tropical Cyclone Debbie? Well, Debbie, the name Debbie has a value of 27. When you spell it the way it was spelt, I-E at the end. Can be spelt with a Y. But Debbie had I-E. And Debbie equals 27, which is the value of Jake. And Jake's birthday is the 17th of February. And Wetling equals 133, Mirrorboy 133, and 13 times 3 is 39. Cyclone Debbie made landfall exactly 39 days after Jake's 39th birthday. Jake would have turned 39, and then 39 days later, he would have turned 39 on the 17th of February, 2017. And then I think it was 2017. Anyway, whenever Debbie was, 39 days after Jake's birthday, she made landfall. And I think she made landfall on the 28th of March, 28 days after the 17th of February. So 13 times 3. Wetterling, Mirror Boy, both equal 133. And 13 threes are 39. Angel, 39. And 3 nines are 27. The value of Debbie, the value of Jake. Haha, that was Debbie. And Debbie was really slow. She was like a turtle. Friday, it's going to be 39 in Melbourne. Did you see that? Well, total equals 96. Jake Chambers, 96. Debbie was really slow. And Jake Chambers in the Dark Tower had a turtle amulet that he used to hypnotise a cop in Central Park. And total equals 96. It's a reflection of Riley, 69. Could that mean Riley's going to be the opposite of a turtle? Maybe. Turn 6 on its head and you get 9. Yeah. Destiny equals 96. The Child, 69. Riley, 69. Pirate, 69. Ghost, 69. Chambers, 69. Jake Chambers, 96. And like I was saying, Penny Chambers from Kinglake died in the same firestorm as Nathan Breeze from Kinglake West. And that was on Black Saturday, 7th of February 2009.